morning. Marie here from Funding for Good. Just wanted to take a little bit of time this morning to talk about bylaws. Bylaws are those documents that are hopefully not stored away, collecting dust on your shelf somewhere in your nonprofit. Hopefully they are something that's out and about and in your organization's meetings that you're using as a reference guide as you make new decisions and you use them as guidelines. But today let's just talk a little bit about the importance of guidelines, when they should be revised, who should be revising them, and a little bit about what that process looks like. So when an organization is launched, inevitably they created bylaws. Bylaws are those policies or procedures that govern the organization. You're bringing board members in from different places, and they have to have some type of order or some type of reference of how they're supposed to govern the organization. You need to know when a board member is rotating off, how to determine when someone should be removed from the board, how often board meetings should occur, and just the general operating policies of the organization. So bylaws are what guide those conversations. Most organizations tend to create those and then forget about them, and that is one of the biggest mistakes that nonprofits can possibly make, because board members have three fiduciary duties: duty of care, duty of loyalty, and duty of obedience. And those directly refer to the bylaws. Duty of care is making an informed decision that is in the best interest of the organization. Well, the bylaws is a guiding policy for that. Duty of obedience implies that board members are supposed to be making decisions that are in concordance or in alliance with their bylaws. So if board members don't know what the bylaws say, how could they possibly carry out their fiduciary duties on the board? What I would encourage you to do is each year take out your bylaws and make sure they are up to date, that there's nothing that doesn't make sense anymore. Sometimes the onboarding and offboarding of board members is kind of outdated and needs to be revised. I would encourage you to pull those out and look at every single component. Bring it out at a board meeting. Ask board members to review it in advance, and then determine if your bylaws need to be updated. If they need to be updated, there should be a committee. It might be the executive committee. It might be someone on your board that just has a great mind for, creating documents and terminology and things like that. But you create a task committee to outline the things that you believe need to be changed. Each component that needs to be changed should be brought before the full board for approval prior to including it into an amended bylaws document. So it is a little bit of a process, a very necessary one. And there also should be a part of your bylaws that explains how you are allowed to amend your bylaws. And a lot of people forget to put that in there as well. So there should be a formal process for amending those bylaws. So just remember, bylaws are not just stuffy rules and obligations that should be left in the past. They need to be out in front of you. They are the way the board members measure their success in following the rules or the organization's policies, as they make sure the mission is being compliant and moving forward and accomplishing the mission. So word of the day, bylaws, make sure you have them, make sure they're current, because they are relevant.